What's taking me into this?
I'm
Did I
playing
get your
as...
invite?
I'm always ready.
I'm playing as a face speaker druid. These are my stats.
Well, it's a gray screen right now, so hold on.
So the portraits aren't what your character actually look like really at all, but you just pick a portrait and then you customize what your character looks like in game.
Gonna make me watch on YouTube because I did your invite and it's just a gray screen.
Rip.
Real quick.
Maybe the invite just doesn't work.
No, I actually didn't accept your invite. I just went to the party and watched broadcast. I just said I accepted your invite because it's easier to explain.
Yeah.
What's your YouTube name?
V1 virus.
Oh, old school. V1 Miata?
Man, I remember in high school, in desktop publishing, they had us do make a banner thing, kind of. And I did this whole this would be like my intro or like my profile picture or something like that, or like a mediocre still image of an intro or something, since that was kind of what the thing was back then. And my slogan was, "Will you get infected?" because it was V1 virus. So cringe. I love it. That's one of my favorite things of YouTube. What?
You're chaotic neutral? Ooh, look at that charisma stat, though.
Yeah, I know. That's why I went half elf. Because you can do the whole +2 to... Yeah. I forget why it's another +2. Normally it would say right there. Oh wait, no, never mind. That's just... I was thinking of this because I've got +2 in the... Or +2 and +2.
So do you like pick classes?
Yeah. There's like there's like 3 or 4 side classes, and there's 16 different full classes, and then there's like 4 to 6 prestige classes. I'm wanting to do the dragon. Oh yeah, this game has a lot of it. Like, you could go full on evil, like chaotic evil, like here's the alignment, and then choices will change your alignment if you're too good or anything. Or too evil.
I wish there was hold on a second. Is there a way to turn the volume off for the fucking live stream? Cause I'm hearing what you say, and then I'm hearing it like 10 seconds later.
That's why I normally listen to it on my phone, and I'll mute the audio on the...
No, that.
Because, like, the game audio, like, there's talking, but, like, and there's D&D style music, which I like. But, or Pathfinder, I guess, but...
So do you pick a
practically
alignment, like,
yeah, you'll pick your starting...
Or does it, like, choose as what you do?
Certain classes, like, because I'm a druid, I have to be neutral or I lose all my druid abilities.
That's fair.
Certain classes like that will do things. Or at least face speaker druid is that way. I don't know if every druid is. I think it is supposed to be. But, there are certain things that are slightly different from... Like, see, I did that neutral evil thing just to stop myself from being too good. because I noticed I was doing things a little too nicely. Because they keep giving me all these like peaceful trolls. Why would I not let them go? Why would I want to kill them?
Content the peaceful troll.
I did it because I do need to do more chaotic neutral, and I didn't even know it was a taunt at the
You're like, let
time.
him go. Spare the troll. Left the wounded dwarf to die alone.
So I
Still
believe
slowly reward.
this was like the dialogue option of what it was saying, like, so you still eat people, or how do I know that you aren't going to eat people still? And
I hate
that
when
would
they do that in games because like you don't know until after you click it.
well, I mean, since they had that after, like, that was the only way you could have let him go peacefully. Like, so it still works, but yeah, no, it's like it didn't seem like something, but I guess if you think about it, it kind of is taunting because he was getting pretty upset with my questioning of if he eats people or not. um,
At first I was like, I don't know. That's why I asked you to live stream. But
mhm.
just from this, I'm like, oh shit, I'm good.
And then
I'll probably get
here's
it when I get paid.
here's the class progression. I started off with these druid proficiencies and all that. It's basically D&D, but it's Pathfinder more specifically,
Yeah,
but
I know
they're
you said like
basically
you
the
could go
same
live
thing.
action fight, but is the turn based like you roll a dice?
Everything's roll the dice. Like no matter what, but real time it goes faster. So like on small fights that you know you're gonna win no matter what, just go ahead and let it real time pass. Um, on the bigger fights, I do turn based so that I can be more strategic about it. And I've got it set to where, because you can do certain settings, like game. AI doesn't use expendable spells. So that way the AI won't use, like, let's say, healing whenever I don't need them to use healing and I want to save it. Things like that. And then you can do all this. And if you do get annoyed, you know how we kept getting annoyed by how they constantly kept repeating the same things in Divinity?
Yeah.
You can turn that off in this game. Or just make it happen less. Because I picked... whatever you do, don't pick confident male voice. It is the most annoying dialogue your character will have in terms
That
of
shit in
what
Divinity was
your
so annoying.
character will say. And
I
you'll...
hated going to town and selling because of that.
yeah. Well, it's not that bad in terms of that. It's just like while I'm running around, my character will say... So, it says confident male, right? So, and the voice sounded alright. It's kind of like a Kronkish, but not really sounding like Kronk, but you know, that kind of like deep voice to where it's like, aha! And I was like, sure, whatever. I don't really care that much. But the things he says are just so stupidly arrogant that it makes me upset. And he says it
Confident
constantly.
though.
Yeah, but there's a difference between confidence and arrogance. You know what I mean? Like, confidence is like, oh yeah, I can take this guy down. Arrogance is, I am the best at what I do no matter what. I never falter. Like, here, I'll try to figure out if... My character will say something eventually while I'm running around, because he does it all the time. Typically it's... See, there's a little kobold that was painting and I just left him alone. Because he was being neutral. There is a rest feature, so like... I can also do this. And like, your characters can become exhausted. And then like, you can refill your spells by doing this as well. In dungeons you can't hunt. I normally have my character do the hunting because he's got the nature lore, and that's what helps that. And then you have to have guards, special roles. Certain things do different. Certain people do different things. My favorite is if I have Urdathal, who's the evil chick that can follow you. have her do the special role because she'll have two undead skeletons that guard that help you if you get ambushed. I accidentally romanced this person, but I was like, eh. Good enough. There wasn't really anyone else that I was caring to romance so far, so.
Oh, this red chick?
Yeah, the tiefling. I didn't fully romance her, it was just like, basically I slept with her. And I didn't necessarily mean to, starting off. I knew where it would lead after it got to that point, but I didn't want to just be like, no, sorry, because I didn't know if I would like her or not, so I'm just like, and whatever, I don't know anyone else that I like. And then I looked it up, and you can actually start romancing multiple people, and then at a certain point, they'll argue, and then, like, you have to decide between them, and then that's when you'll be stuck with that one person that you decide on. And it won't, like, from what most people have said, there might be some scenarios, like, where they might get upset, but, like, they don't actually, like, nothing really happens in terms of, like, them leaving you because of it or anything. I should probably rest to get my spells back, but I also don't want to lose the food. I've only got 9. There's only one thing that's slightly irritating me in terms of this game so far. And it's just meant to be a part of the game. But it's a part of games that are like this that I don't like, so. It's the, like, random events that will happen and you have to go do them. And then some of the kingdom things that management stuff that you do requires you to skip time. And so, like, if you have... This is the only reason I'm doing this quest right now, for example. I wanted to upgrade my loyalty advisor. And in order to do that, I'd have to skip 14 days. But if I skipped 14 days, then the trolls would get out of hand and would start causing problems if I didn't go fix that problem. Even though it didn't even show up yet. Actually, it was the spiders more specifically, but the trolls didn't help. And that was getting annoying. But, I mean, that's why you just gotta quick save and all that fairly often. And then you can go into settings and change how many times, or how many quick saves you can have at the same time. I should probably up that a little bit. There we go. Because
my skills are absolute.
And then I'll just go ahead and rest a couple hours. And then they'll actually have little conversations.
He said, my skills are absolute.
Yeah, see? Like, it annoys me. I don't... He says that and a couple other things all the time, and it's just like, why? And then,
It's
like,
just
if...
they're having a conversation. My skills are absolute.
Yeah.
What the hell, dude?
So whenever you fail cooking, it will make you more likely to get ambushed because of the smell. In a way, I don't really see how it makes much of a difference from not spoiling it, but... You don't have to have 2 guards. I just put her there because I had nowhere else to put her. And then camp camouflage stuff and all that. Man, I had to reload because of this stupid little dwarf that looks dead. Turns out he'll try to cast a curse on you if you try to help him. Because he's, like, doesn't know what's going on. That's why I had to leave him to die. I was like, you know what? I need to change my alignment a little bit to being worse anyways, so I just went back and left him to die using the neutral evil.
I am never wrong.
Thought maybe he would be able to be healed a little bit and, you know, give me something or, you know... I don't know. Turns out that's not the case. And normally you can't see traps like that, but if your perception's good, you'll see them. Like, you'll roll you'll technically do an invisible roll and be able to see it if your perception is good enough with one of your characters. And then if I wanted, I could try to have her go disarm the trap. She succeeded. And, like, there's an invisible roll that happens in those cases, like... See, trickery. Check result is 33, roll 20 plus modifiers, which is 13. The difficulty was 18. But see? Oh, that would make sense. A little bit as to why that never worked. But, I rested for 9 hours? I thought I only rested for a couple. What? Well, whatever. I never really looked in this, so I was just kind of curious as to what was in it. I've already went and cleared all this, that's why I could see that right away. I just went back and took the other path to see what was there, and there was a dead end. And there's treasure that I can't open without the key. Oh yeah, if your kingdom is destroyed, the game will be over, but I've got the game on an easier difficulty. Not all the way, like there's easy and then there's story mode. Easy, your kingdom won't be destroyed by random events, but if you die or whatever, some way your kingdom can still be destroyed, I guess, but it can't just be destroyed from random events and stuff, it'll just be hindered. Because I didn't want to go into this game on normal and then do terrible. Because I knew if it was anything like Divinity, I would hate it. Like, see, this fight, normally I would let it go into real time, which I can change, like, by pressing R3. But this is what turn-based is like. That's a troll hound. If I want, I can inspect it, and it shows you all of its stuff. If you roll your Arcana knowledge, I think is what trolls and stuff would take, and you succeed. And then the skills are down here. She's barbarian, so she don't really get much. But she has a Troll Reaper axe, which does bonus damage to trolls. Because of acid. And then there's my guy, the druid. Dang it! That was what I forgot to do. Well, I'll show that in a second, because that way you'll at least know and not be as annoyed by it as I was in the beginning. But that's basically the turn-based. And here is... And if you switch to real time, anytime you start a fight, it'll pause automatically. You can pause it and unpause it with square. And then you can do, like, specific things if you want, like, order certain things. I don't normally do that, I just do this. Oh, not that. I just do that, and then let them fight.
I'm always ready.
Keep formation.
I'll take care of it.
I don't know why I couldn't loot that, but whatever.
And so they walked on.
There's something here.
My perception was good enough to see the invisible goodies.
It's time to act.
Different things like that will also happen.
You can count on me.
We should move.
I'm willing to bet that's what I needed the key to. One of the doors, I mean.
As you order.
Huh. Oh, this is the good troll. Now he's gonna be evil, isn't he?
Getting a kobolds. Kobolds. Cabal!
But see, if I wanted to be chaotic evil, I could just be like, what could I say? I just love killing.
That is a chaotic evil, that shit. Your guy looks like he'd be like a chaotic rogue. He would start some fight and then dip out. He would start a tavern brawl and just leave.
I thought he looked like a pirate almost. But it's funny because before knowing what the druid main starting weapon is, or the phase speaker druid weapon, I guess. I don't know if all of them are the same, but it's the same weapon, I think. It's like a saber or something, I forget. I'll look at it.
I can see what I'm gonna do already. I'm gonna be a lawful good paladin.
Oh, then you'll like Valerie.
My first D&D playthrough ever was a lawful good paladin.
I'm just naturally chaotic evil, or not chaotic evil, chaotic neutral.
Naturally, I'm just pure neutral. Usually I just go with whatever I think's best.
Well, that's kind of what chaotic neutral is. Neutral is kind of like you'll not really go passive or aggressive. You'll just do you. Whereas chaotic neutral is like you'll disregard the law for anything and all that, and as long as it benefits you, you just basically... It's almost like a sociopath without being a sociopath. I don't know.
It's almost like I'm a sociopath. Except I'm not a sociopath. I can imagine you chained up to a chair like a cop slaves. I'm a sociopath. But I'm not a sociopath.
Well, it's a bit different than being a sociopath, because I would say a sociopath would typically be more chaotic evil. Or even chaotic good. Because chaotic good in this game seems to want to just be a dick. The chaotic good option was to kill this dude. And he was good. I was like, why?
Well, what are you gonna do now?
I'm gonna just try and say that, yeah. So because I'm not lawful, I couldn't say this one thing, because there are certain dialogue options that require you to be that alignment already.
We kill you now, Baba.
So like, if I wanted to, whenever I first met him, apparently if I was lawful, I could have said something that once it got to this point, I could have convinced him to leave, because I would have been like, yo, I tried to reason with them, but they didn't, they wanted war, they didn't want peace. And then he'd just leave, but... See, this guy's so nice! Kobold run, trolls, like... He's just wanting to save his little buddies. It makes me feel so bad.
Like things here.
Why do I feel so evil? When it's a considered a good thing to do this. Let's see. I really didn't want to kill you, but let's see. Oh, he's still chaotic evil. That's weird. You'd think he'd be considered like an outlier. And they would have been like, yo, even though all trolls are supposed to be chaotic evil, let's make this one like neutral or something. Because he was the only troll that was actually trying to be good in this whole place. From what I could see. Well. Of course he goes after her initially.
You should have run.
What does that move?
It's his armor, so it does the armor class stuff.
Yeah, the defense rating.
Yeah.
You don't pierce it unless you roll high enough thing. Yeah.
Which
I'm
can get
glad
a little
that,
annoying at times, but I like it.
I'm glad that Divinity never did that.
Yeah. They just had you randomly miss when it which really shouldn't.
Yeah, you like smack this dude with your sword. He doesn't even move.
The wolf, once I reach level 7, will become will basically be a dire wolf. And that's why I went with wolf, because I thought it would be cool to have a giant wolf. But I could have went with like a bunch of different companions as a phase speaker druid.
Onwards!
Oh yay, 2 rock thrower trolls. My wolf was able to single-handedly take out a Hydra, which was cool. Because the Hydra just wasn't capable of hitting the wolf. Also, this spell, I don't know why it doesn't work with this person. Maybe it's just this person, but anytime I've used it, it's just never worked. So, I don't...
Sleep?
Yeah.
You deserved it.
It was I was like, oh, sleep? That sounds like a really good spell. No. Not with her, at least. It's probably got to do with, like, you gotta have wisdom or some stupid thing like that, and she doesn't really have that. Or maybe I just don't know who it works on that well. I don't know. Like, maybe it don't work on trolls. And
Yeah,
the red caps. So the trolls, you have to hit them at least once with acid or fire in order to actually kill them. Or the well, I guess that one does acid damage, but like, and then there is a chance for you to be able to kill them without it, but like, for the most part, you just knock them down to 1 HP, and then they'll get back up after a little while, and then it'll be an endless loop of that until you hit them with at least 1 acid attack or fire, from what I've noticed.
Strike!
Miss. Miss.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of that in this game.
What? Oh, wait.
I would recommend going easy difficulty and then maybe editing some of the like difficulty options, because you can edit all the different like options specifically if you want. Like you can make a custom difficulty, which is basically what I did, but I used the default easy and then edited a couple things. I think I did that at least. Feel like she can start attacking this dude. What's really funny is, until this last level up, Valerie was my weakest character, aside from just being tanky. Now she actually does quite a bit of damage, just because she can attack twice in one turn. And she's really weak, but she comes in handy for a lot of other reasons. Because for some reason bows and stuff use strength as a modifier. Whenever they're up, like masterwork or whatever, or composite, yeah, that's what it is. And I don't really like that. Let's go ahead and hit this dude with it. Oh yeah. Let's have you go back a little bit so you don't get attacked by that dude anymore, because that's getting annoying.
Don't hold back.
Uh-huh.
Bring it.
63 damage.
After this fight, I'm gonna take a fat nap. Damn.
Become as dust.
And they both got obliterated.
Yup. Not Jason. Not Jason Bourne. Let's just go have you get over here and start tanking the hits from this dude. Actually, now that I realize... Okay, never mind. It's not the one I thought it was. Doomsayer Kobold Shamans are annoying. You should probably take them out as soon as you can. Typically speaking.
Doomslayer.
This is where I step in.
Oh, great. Oh. Thought it was gonna be an AoE attack. Let's just go ahead and do this real quick.
Strike, my masterpiece. I am never wrong. My skills are absolute. I'm always ready.
I am never wrong.
Yeah, do you see what I mean now? This dude just gets really annoying with it. And then this guy, I don't like, he's just the most annoying person to have in a party. That's all I can say about him. He's decent to have because he's a cleric and he can heal you and all that, but... Oh...
This is the room of the Longe Bukake clan. So that's not good. whole clan must have perished years ago.
But you go into the spell book, and then you go into here, and this is how you memorize. Like, anytime I rest, that's what my spells will be, like, that I can use. Like, and how many of them I'll have available. Probably gonna get rid of hypnotism, because that's another spell that never works.
Let me read it.
Like, it'd be one thing if it told me, oh, and sometimes it'll do that. It'll be like, oh yeah, they just rolled higher. But like, sometimes it'll be like that sleep spell where it just shows nothing, and I'm like, did it just glitch or what?
Wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the game just came out.
On PlayStation, yeah, there are a couple glitches that I've noticed, but
Stability bugs came out what, 10 days ago?
Yeah, for PlayStation. And then these are all the level 2 spells I have, like these are level 1. I do like this aspect, which I think is a Pathfinder aspect regardless, but like, if that didn't affect my own people and such a big area, I would totally use it, but yeah, no. I've used it once before and it got annoying. Hold animal can be good if you're fighting animals, I guess. I've never used it yet, but just reading it just sounds good. And instead of wisdom, the reason why I went with face speaker is because it uses charisma, and so I was like, yo, I love using charisma in D&D type games, because you can just persuade everyone to do what you want. But you can't do that to the same extent as what I was expecting.
Hawk no jutsu from Naruto.
Yeah, I like doing that. So that
I do that a lot in games too.
I'll
always be like, I always like try to do the persuasion shit, especially in Dragon Age. Like in Origins, I'd always get the persuasion shit, and if I was doing a dickhead run, I'd do intimidation.
Yeah. Luckily, intimidation goes hand in hand with charisma and persuasion. Oh yeah, I can do that with this dude.
Call lightning.
Yeah, I don't specialize in evocation magic, or like, I'm not sure, I forget what my character specializes in, but I'd imagine it's transmutation and conjuration, just because that sounds like something I would have done.
I'll take care of it.
Not knowing that conjuration isn't that great in this game. What? Do I want to do it, or do I want to do this? Let's do it. Okay, good. I did the right choice.
We should move. My skills are absolute. This will hurt.
I didn't even know these were in the game. Should have figured.
Oh, get fucked. I was like, what are you talking about?
Let's just see what happens. My dude's getting hit. Luckily, I do a lot of acid damage. with the one chick.
At least it's not the Dark Souls mimic. You try
Yeah,
opening it and it just eats you for like 90% of your health.
Interesting.
What's that?
Anything else?
I am never wrong.
Applause, please.
Where does this lead?
How the fuck did...
Understood.
I am never wrong.
He gets so annoying with it. I've learned to kind of ignore it now,
I think
but
that shit's more funny than anything.
well,
Walking around, ooh, look at this. I am never wrong.
it was kind of funny. The only reason it upsets me is because I didn't want my character to be like that. I just thought the voice was okay, so I was like, sure. I just don't like the voice lines my character has. Let's see. Is this a big fight? Kind of.
You see Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker trilogy, the Skywalker saga or whatever?
No.
All 9 movies?
Ah.
I really haven't cared about Lego games, but it actually looks good.
Well, the Lego Star Wars was always one of the better ones, anyways.
I played them on PS2. Lego Indiana Jones.
Serves you right.
What was the PS2? What was the PS3?
I want Valerie to charge in first so she takes the brunt of the attacks, because my people are weak when it comes to fighting these dudes. Actually, let's see.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna purchase this game. Because there's really nothing on sale that's good. Or, I mean, there are, but I already have all of them.
Yeah.
Witcher 3's on sale, EA's having a big BioWare sale.
Watch, he's gonna come hit my dude anyways. Oh. He's actually going for the one chick? Interesting.
You see him turning your way to smoke.
Boom Sayer, no! I hate the boom sayers. They do so much damage. It's actually a tiny amount, but because it hits so many people, it just...
Who do this? It's good too.
My little wolf just knocked down. Love it. Good, they're attacking her. Oh, this guy's gonna attack. Yep. Figures.
The way that Brandon troll walk is like me going to work. Speed walking.
Do not falter.
Let's kill this troll.
Burn.
And then we'll have to kill him.
Ugh.
Tear them apart.
That dude has a lot of health.
You deserved it.
She did 42 damage, and it didn't even take him down to half. Stop trying to shoot my dude. I could heal, but honestly, let's just do that.
Damn. Looks like a lot of damage, but it's not.
It's just annoying because if they get lucky and hit all my guys at once, like my tanks, like the barbarian and the paladin chick, that's not exactly a paladin, but might as well be. They're fine. They'll even if they take some damage because it'll only be up to like 5 damage or 4. But my character's like my main character, who's low on health already, and then Canera, who doesn't have a whole lot of health in general, and then Lindsay, who doesn't have a whole lot of health. They just get messed up by it.
I'm gonna go to the PlayStation store. Look at it.
A mere flesh wound.
Is there a DLC for this game?
It's all free because it's already in. That's why it's definitive edition. I think Tiefling was one of the DLC races. I'm assuming because it was whenever I looked it up on YouTube before I bought it, they didn't have Tiefling at the time on the PC, which was kind of upsetting to me at first. And then I got into the game and I was like, oh, Tiefling is here. And then I was like, oh, they don't have the same stats as they do in D&D, so now I really don't care about playing Tiefling because I want charisma.
Yeah, it's weird. Tieflings are like a default class in D&D.
I think they are in Pathfinder too. It's just that maybe they're not super like core. Maybe they're like added in a little bit later kind of core. I don't know.
Now features 6. The definitive edition includes the base game, new features plus 6 DLCs. Wow. Pillars of Eternity 2.
Dang, she just finished off the troll. And healing in general in this game is very hit or miss, because it also relies on dice rolls for how much you heal, even healing potions, and that's both annoying and fun at the same time, because you can get very lucky and heal a whole lot for only 1 or 2 spells, or you could heal almost nothing for 1 or 2 spells.
Obsidian made Pillars of Eternity.
Huh?
Pillars of Eternity? I didn't know Obsidian Entertainment made that.
Ah.
Stay behind me.
Oh, and there are 2 DLC expansion campaign things that I haven't tried yet because they're separate from the main campaign. I don't know what they're like, but thinking about it, they might be more fun in a way, just so that I don't have to worry about managing the kingdom. Because even though that's fun, and one of my favorite aspects of the game, I don't get to do it a whole due to the fact that these events keep making me have to go out and do stuff. Oof.
This is where I step in.
Let me look at the Eternity 2 real quick. PlayStation Store being really annoying.
Become as dust.
Let's go.
Leader charged forwards. Hey, wait for me.
Bring it.
Flesh wound. Happen. My skills are absolute. I am never wrong.
Up on my way.
Oh, I'm willing to bet that's what that does. Okay. So now that I know this, I'm gonna go back.
This is the year 1 pass. That means there's gonna be another pass.
I'm always
For what?
Doom Eternal.
Oh. Oh yeah, Doom Eternal is a game that I need to buy.
About
It's a hit. The DLC got announced, and then they showed some at Gamescom 2 days ago.
Ah. Well, plus the multiplayer just always looked really fun to me.
Oh, it is, actually. The Doom versus the 2 demons? Yeah, that shit's a blast.
Yeah. And then because you like it, me and you could both be demons and go in on people, you know what I'm saying?
I'd be down. That's kind of why I haven't really played it. I mean, I beat the game. Didn't have anybody to play DLC with. I mean, multiplayer with.
Yeah. I figured you and Alex would have been playing it. I thought he got the game, but I guess he wasn't interested in the multiplayer.
No, I got it, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get it next week," and he didn't get it.
Well, he
I
could
have
get it
physically.
now.
I
And
have
then
it
we could do
physically.
2v1s, but it's whatever. I'll probably get that soon. Actually, I might go ahead and get it now. Go ahead and quick save this and close it for now. Because this dungeon is taking a while. Which is why I'm glad they have the real-time combat. Because, like, most of the fights you don't really need to do a whole lot of planning and stuff. So you can just let it go through.
I do what I
As long as you're not almost dead like a lot of my characters are now. But I can also heal. Oh no,